Scrapbookers and creative friends. I'm Linda Petuch, Creative Memories Independent Advisor in Jupiter, Florida. Welcome to Thursday Thoughts. Thanks for coming back if you've been here before. I just want to finish today a promise that I made to you. I did a design for my calendar book, my 2025 calendar book. I started a couple of months ago because it takes time to get it all laid out. So I started by using those page kits, those monthly page kits that Creative Memories offers this year. And I decided I wanted to use that as my basis, that and the This Life collection. So that's what I did. And I only got to do up until June because I was waiting for the remainder of the year page kits. And I got page kit 12 last week. So I'm ready to show you that. So we're going to take a look and we're going to start in July because that's where I left off in June the last time. So I'm going to show you those pages. And then I think we'll take a quick flip through so that you can get an idea of how I lay out my calendar album every year. Let's get started. So I already have these pages into my album, and if you follow me, you know I use a lot of the top loading pockets. So that's what I have this set in already. And starting with July, every year I've done this, and I call my calendar albums Quilted Memories because I like to make quilts, which is what you see on the right side, that go beside my calendar page. And I do this ahead of time, I got this finished before the end of December because I like to have it ready for January. So this is what I did for July, and I had the This Life calendar kit I used for the strips that you see at the base of the calendar at the top. And then I used the page kit also for each month. But was the This Life calendar kit that I used, and some This Life embellishments, plus you can see I punched some others. So for July, I was just thinking all about stars and fireworks. So that's what I did. And again, it's monochromatic, so that I'm just using blues, shades of blues. So you might, there may be some of the embellishments might have something a little bit darker. I think that might be black or a really dark blue. But in any case, this is what I decided to do. And you might recognize this as the sea star, but I thought they made really pretty stars. So I punched these borders and I just cut them so that they would fit within this space that I allotted here. All different shades of blue, but staying with that monochromatic. And this base page was Rainbow Rush Soft. So I used the Rainbow Rush collection for a lot of the quilted, for the quilt pages, for the base. Okay, let's move to August. Again, just trying to keep it pretty monochromatic. I got away with this because the glasses were orange. I know the glass itself cannot be. But anyway, I used this. You can see I went into my stash for some of these flowers from probably Botanical Burst. I used the different frame punches. This is that Mandala Burst punch on a 6-inch paper. And then this was the Arches punch. And I just decided to make a funky corner. Again, staying with all those orange, different tones, different hues of orange, but staying monochromatic. So here's August. Let's look at September. Now this is unusual to have purple for September, but a couple of years ago we had its foliole and it had some purple colors in there, so I just decided to go with it. So this was September again, and these were the labels that come with the This Life calendar kit, and all I did was just kind of jazz them up a little bit. I used our beautiful new shimmer pens and then dot pens to put those little dots on to the end of each of the letters. So here's my September. This was Rainbow Rush Cheerful, this base in the back. But then you can see a mix of other. I cut a frame on this one, and then I used some other, the same from, I guess, this edge that I cut off on the outside. I flipped it over from the striped paper, flipped it over to just kind of give it a little more dimension, a little more quilt-like. I know I'm not a quilter, so I apologize to those who are quilters. October. Now, October usually is orange. This was Rainbow Rush Soft, was the base page underneath the frame that I cut out of the pumpkin. It's kind of an ombre underneath there, and you can see it through the edge of the pumpkins and also the edge of this little lattice that I cut in the middle. Again, I just played with the punches, and just as I got smaller, I had to cut the paper accordingly, and used again this. I dipped into sunflowers because sunflowers are really quite available in southern Florida at this time of the year. And if you know me, it's my favorite flower, so why not? This was an embellishment from one of the Halloween packets, maybe Happy Haunting, I'm not sure, but I added that just to make sure we know we're in October. Next is November. And had this teal. Teal is one of my favorite colors, so I went for it with this as well. This is Rainbow Rush Soft in the background, and it actually isn't teal, but I made sure that I got these shades and hues of teal on top of it. This is that leafy frame punch, maybe called spring leaf, I'm not sure, but the leaf frame punch. This wispy chain, I love that. I just cut a couple of pieces to put there. Again, another embellishment from the This Life, I believe. Or, yeah, I think it's This Life, or calendar. I think it's This Life. Also, I think this was left over from Craftoberfest this year. A teal truck. How perfect is that? And yes, I know wheat is not teal, but I'm doing monochromatic, so we're using our imagination. And last but not least, let's look at December. Okay, so this was Fresh Fusion Rainbow underneath this diagonal with like a pinwheel design behind it. But if you know me, I'm all about Christmas trees. So I decided that this is what I would do. This was embellishment from This Life, embellishment from maybe Joy to the World, other little pieces. One of my favorite evergreen punch I put here. And this beautiful tree, I have a cricket. I'm lucky to have a cricket. And this is actually a tree that if my scrappers who are coming, my croppers who are coming on Saturday to my open house and crop, if you see this before then, you're going to know this tree that I cut out on my cricket is the prize you're going to get when you go on my Christmas tree scavenger hunt in my house. So I decided to put that there, and I just used bling. I had different shades of green bling, and that's all I did there because it's such an ornate filigree kind of a tree anyway. It didn't really need much more. So once I finish my pages for each month, each of the monthly pages, then I go back and I do my title page. And so I'm going to flip back over there to my title page so you can see. So because it is monochromatic, but it's all colors of the rainbow, I decided to make a rainbow title page. And I've tried to get all of the colors that are on these dots here. So I made sure I picked 4 of the colors for the letters. This this is camel cardstock that I cut in the little frame punch. That's kind of here, just to get it all there. So it's kind of like a little intro into what you're going to be seeing in these pages. Now, I'm not going to stay long here. We're not going to keep you long, but I'm just going to flip through so you can see how I used the This Life calendar kit and in conjunction with our monthly page kits. And I didn't put embellishments on all the pages yet, but before we look at it, let me just show you this. This little power pocket I have with all the leftovers from the page kits and all the designs that I was using. I have it all in here. So this will be my calendar book for 2025. I will use these embellishments and the bling and the words and so forth as I create my pages with my photographs. But this way, the basis is there. The paper is there. I've made that decision. So now as I add photos, I can add this bling and it's finished for next year. That's the only way I can keep up with it. Okay, so here's our intro. 2025. This was January with the calendar kit. And then this was the page kit from January, which, by the way, Creative Memories has promised that they're going to make page kits again for next year, so I'm definitely on board with that. Here's the February, and then a few more pages. This was the page kit. Here's March, the calendar kit, my quilt. And then here's the page kit, April, and I do have cut circles here if I want to put photos and not just use it as a quilt. This was April. Here's the April. This was the Earth Day special. So I haven't put any embellishments on there because I'm not sure I'm going to use it as an Earth Day next year or if I'm going to just use it for other photographs, garden photos or something. So I have it's ready. I just need to receive the photos and add the embellishments. Here was the Easter one. So I'll have that for next April. Here's May. This was my quilt. Here's the page kit for May, Mother's Day. Here's June. This is as far as we got in the first video. Again, here's another teal page. I have no problem with more than one. Here's the barbecue, summer barbecue, which, I don't know, in southern Florida, I don't really like to barbecue in the summer. I know it's a summer activity up north, but it's too hot out there. So I do a lot of barbecuing in the winter up here, down here. Okay, there are pages. Okay, and then this was July. And then here's the July page kit. Again, I haven't added the embellishments because I want to make sure that the embellishment messages go with my photos that are on this page, but I'm ready. Here's August, and then the very sunny. Here's the August page kit. Yeah, it is super hot down where we live here in Jupiter. It's super hot in the summer, so that's most appropriate. Okay, September, and then here is the September page kit. October again. This was the October, very Halloweeny, and we have a lot of birthdays in October, so I had to make sure I have lots of pages in October. Here's November that you saw, and here's the November page kit. I have a turkey and some other things, but again, I haven't put them on yet because it's for next year and it hasn't happened yet. And December, and here's the December kit. I put some because I know there will be cookies and cocoa, gingerbread especially. It is not Christmas at my house if we don't have gingerbread. The dough is in the refrigerator right now. I'm going to bake later today. And then I have this. I know I'm going to have to add more pages, but it's right at the back. So I can add maybe the pocket pages with the multi-pockets or just some more top loading. But in any case, that is it. So I have my 2025 album laid out. I promise you, if you decide to do this, it is a lovely thing because it really you can really organize yourself. So think about it, maybe for next year. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you liked my monochromatic designs part 2. And I hope you do think about making a calendar album. It's a really easy, well, I don't know about easy, but it's a really great way for you to keep track of wherever your family is for the entire year, because you limit the pages, so you have to be choosy with your pictures and not overwhelm yourself, but then it's already ready. So think about that. Now, if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments below. If you do not have an advisor and you need an advisor, I would love to fill that role for you and be your advisor. I'm going to put links in there for my Linda's Scrapbooking Station, my website. And if you have not subscribed, I would appreciate it if you would do so. Take care, and until next time, happy scrapbooking.